its behavior. These sanctions essentially cut off the Russian officials and companies from much of the international finance system.
That's Fox's Rich Edson. There was reflection across the country this week as Americans remembered Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. It's been 50 years since he was assassinated.
Check the laptop, see if we're live on those streams.
The fight for equal justice for sanitation workers, for people of color, for those who have been left out and left behind.
That's Georgia Congressman and civil rights activist John Lewis delivering the Democratic Weekly Address. Pam Puso, Fox News Radio.
Are you thinking of buying or selling your home? Downsizing, upsizing, investing? Are you relocating? Do you want to know your local market conditions? Are you behind on payments? Are you looking for improvement steps? Well, what if your home didn't sell? This is with Ryan, your hometown expert and trusted source for the most up-to-date information. And now your host, Ryan Coleman with Hometown Realty.
Good morning, everyone. Hope you're doing well on a Saturday, a rainy Saturday at that. Thank you for joining Real Estate with Ryan. If you guys don't know, my name is Ryan Coleman, owner of Hometown Realty. And I'm always here with my lovely co-host, April Coleman.
Good morning.
Hope you're doing well on a Saturday. So we got a good topic for you today. April, I think we're talking 27 tips you should know to get your home sold fast for top dollar.
That's right.
So hope everybody's doing well. And we've got a lot of real estate news. The market is peaking upon us. We're in the spring market and working multiple offers. Inventory is picking up. A lot of homes coming on the market. So as I tell everybody, buyers, if you're looking for homes and you're not seeing what you need to see on Zillow and some of those other sites and Realtor.com, don't worry. A lot of inventory is coming on the market. Just got to be prepared, especially if you have your home ready to sell. You've got to have your home priced, ready to go to find that buyer and match it up. So it's a little bit of a dance there. That's why you need a great agent in your corner. We can always help you with that process.
Exactly. And we actually, I want to announce some of our homes that have hit the market or is about to come on the market. We have 3805 Valley View Drive, 37917. Cute little house out there. We have 2516 Silver Grass Lane out in Hardin Valley. 150 Quail Roost Drive in Cosby. 1123 Chickamauga Avenue duplex just hit and got a couple of contracts on it already. And then coming soon is 2092 Lakewood Drive out in Loudon.
Good deal. So let's get right into the show because it seems like we always are limited on time. So I want to cover a lot. As you guys know, that if you're putting the house on the market, there's some important things that you must know to maximize your home's value and not only maximize your profit, but get it sold quickly and make sure it sells the first time around. We always talk in our show that, believe it or not, even in a hot market, we did some stats. 50% of the homes first time around, whether it's marketing, pricing, or a combination of how the property shows, do not sell the first time on the market. You do not want to be one of those, and these are 27 tips that's going to help you make sure that your property stands out from the competition in your subdivision, or if you're in the surrounding counties, and actually puts a sold sign in the yard.
Exactly.
First and foremost, why are you selling? Understand why you're selling the home.
What's your motivation?
And I tell everybody when we meet with them, the most important thing in selling homes is two important factors. What's your motivation? Why are we doing what we're doing? And the price. And really the most important things that you're going to ask. There's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot of things that we do or what you'll need to do. But remember, if we're not committed to the move, if we're not all on board, that's husband, wife, spouse, or a combination if it's an estate sale, the family, if we're not all on board, we won't do the things we need to do to actually get the property sold.
Exactly.
Whether we're in a buyer's market, seller's market, or kind of stale in between. These are things that are very, very important. I just remind you guys, if you got any questions, we're live in the studio. The number here at Talk Studio Lines, FMNT Insurance Studios, that's a tongue tire there, 865-888-TALK. That's 865-888-TALK. Call any questions you've got. We'll answer them live on the air. But going back to that, understanding why you're doing what you're doing. A lot of customers now are downsizing. And we just met with two this week.
Yes.
House is too much.
Right.
And so they need to downsize, and they're fully committed to that. Now it's hard. Some of our clients have been there, 20, 30 years. They've raised their children there. There's a lot of relationships, so it's a hard move. We've also helped plenty of seniors move. Now, that's a very different type of move. They don't handle changes as well, and so it's a harder move in understanding that. And so we got to walk you through that process sometimes, but understanding that the home sometimes is too much, and being on the same page, whether family, friends, husband, wife, or if you're single, understand and be committed to move. Number one reason what you need to do.
Right. Number two.
What's number two, April?
Keep the reasons why you're selling to yourself. As far as, say, there's an estate sale, it was your parents, but in the will, all the money is going to go to charity.
That's good talk. Sounds very important. So, I mean, just kind of keep things confidential. Remember, sellers want to get as much as they can. Buyers want it for as cheap as they can.
And if they know.
Yeah, so you're going to keep quiet on that, okay?
Right.
Make sure that whatever reasons we're moving, downsizing, be very general, very broad, we'll keep that between us, our firm, or the agent that you work with, or if you're selling yourself, those kind of things. And just get into the specifics about the house. Let's not get into too many details, especially if it's an estate sale like April was saying.
Right, and that's why it is also important that when there are showings going on, that you just kind of leave the house and let the buyers show the house for themselves. And then, because sometimes things can slip, you know, of your reasons why you're selling.
Sure. So many sellers, we got great sellers, they're so excited they've got a great property, and they want to go through and show it. They're just overzealous. Step back, let us do what we do. Let the agents walk through. I always tell my clients, listen, buyers want to walk through and not be pressured. You ever get that pushy salesperson, they're following you all around the store, you're like, hey, just give me a couple seconds.
Car salesman?
Yeah, oh, yeah, the guy's chasing you down the street. Give me a second, let me do my little shopping on my own, right? And then come back and follow up on questions. And that's what we want to do. Listen, we know buying a home is not a quick, instant decision. It's usually a process. And so what we've got to do is kind of help you through the process. The first thing is in marketing, we brought them to the front door. The house is going to sell itself. We've got to allow them to imagine their furniture, just like you guys when you moved into your property, and all those things, and you know where the kids are going to play out in the backyard, and can we add another addition and all those things. We've got to allow them to go through that process just like you guys did.
Yeah.
And sometimes with the seller there, it makes it challenging, and we don't get that flow that we need. And we end up getting a second or third showing when we maybe could have got it done on the first time. So keep that in mind.
Yes. And then the third one is before setting the price, do your homework and just look around the neighborhood and what are the other homes selling for.
Now, the biggest thing I hear now, obviously, is the news media and things going on. It's obviously our inventory is down a little bit from last year. Still pockets in the market that are not moving well. We talked about 50% of the homes will not sell the first time around. So overall, we're down inventory, but there's still plenty of homes that are, if you looked on the MLS or out there on the computer searches, that are not moving.
Right.
So just because you hear that there's lower inventory does not mean that you can jack the price up 30 grand.
Right.
We have two sales that we need to make. All right, understanding that most homes and transactions in East Tennessee are going to have a loan involved. So the first sale we've got to make to the customer or the client. They've got to be on board and going to be willing to pay that price. Remember, market value is what a home, a buyer and seller are willing to pay. So that's the first challenge. Number two, the bank. They could care less if you liked, you know, the garden or the granite countertops or the backyard. It's collateral. It's strictly business. What is the home worth? What are the sales in the area? And does it appraise? So the second hurdle we have is the property going to appraise for the sales price?
Right.
So just because we can get it, we ran into this in an issue with the seller before. We sold at $30,000 above price because the market wasn't changing out there in Maryville. It did not appraise.
Yeah.
And we had to sell it like 2 or 3 times over.
Right.
So sellers, understand the market, get every dollar that's on the table, be realistic, but be competitive.
Yeah.
Understand that we're now in the spring market, that competition, some of the sales that were in fall, is not current. You need to understand where we're at now. And I say more specifically, you need a great agent that's in the market and understands what they're doing in the last couple of weeks. Because the last couple of weeks in a hot market that's inclining, that there's a lot of sales, that's going to be your sold data. You just can't find it anywhere. And that's why you got to work with a great agent.
Exactly.
Right.
Which is on our list. Number 4, do some home shopping yourself, which kind of ties into do your homework before setting your price. So even if you need to go to some open houses or, you look around at some other homes that are for sale, and you can look at their layout and how does it compare to your house. And then number 5, when getting an appraisal, is it a benefit?
Well, let's go back to that shopping if you don't mind. Remember, guys, everybody asks, how do you determine value? How are we going to come up with my home's value? And how do you feel what the market's willing to pay? We know that the buyers and sellers are going to set the marketplace. But I always encourage not only my sellers, but my buyers. How did they determine value? They do something called comparison shopping. Just like if you're looking for that granite, just like if you're looking for that car, or any item that you're looking for, they're looking in that area, whether it's Hardin Valley, whether it's Farragut, whether it's North Knoxville. We're looking in those areas, price ranges, values, etc. Now, I had a client that we were working with yesterday, and a lot of the agents in town keep talking price per square foot, price per square foot. Please, the buyers do not buy homes price per square foot.
No, they do not.
No. So the biggest, now, the banks look at things price per square foot, but that's not all that comes into it. You could have homes 130, 150, 160 a square foot, but that's elevated with the lot. And it's waterfront property or whatever, whatever reason. There's some factors that you just can't shop homes price per square foot. We're looking at amenities, we're looking at condition. Real estate, the biggest thing you guys understand is location, location, location. That can't be bought into price per square foot. So keep that in mind. I know you guys that are analytical, we look at the price per square foot, the data, but keep that in mind. Buyers do not buy homes that way. They shop. They do comparison shopping. And so what we've got to do, especially when we're helping some of our clients that are determining a price that maybe we need some coaching and working on. So we're doing some shopping around. We're going to that open house, as April said. We're going to look at Susie's home down the street that's active, 2 weeks on the market. We're going to see how it shows. How does the lot lay? How does the curb appeal? These are things that we have to have. You're not going to see it online, and it really gives you the buyer's perspective. As a seller, understand, we need to step out of our seller hat and put our buyer hat on and see how this house shows and if you're looking in the neighborhood. And that's going to really, really help you understanding price and where you're compared to the active competition.
Right, which goes into if your home has had an appraisal or if you have your tax assessment, your home could appraise for $750,000, but nobody's going to pay that price because they comparison shop and they see the house down here has sold for $600, and so that is comparable to your house, as well as tax assessments. They look at that sometimes and say, oh well, this is what the tax assessment says, but that's not necessarily what the home's worth.
There's always several gauges that we look at, but to just real quickly before we go into break on that, tax assessment, especially your rural areas, keep in mind that the real estate assessment taxes is one of the largest sources for that county. And if the values in the market's not there, they're going to make sure that assessment is high as possible. And sometimes it won't even be correct. You guys are listening to Real Estate with Ryan right here on 92.3 FM, AM 760. And on the other side of the break, we're going to pick up 6 through 23. We're going to try to get it all done in this show. Thank you guys for listening to Real Estate with Ryan.
Thank you.
Something there? Going?
Hi, it's Marshall Stewart, and I've been telling you about the great tasting water that we have.
Hey guys, hope you guys are enjoying watching Real Estate with Ryan here on social media, Facebook, Periscope, YouTube, all you guys listening to us. Got a good topic here. It's 27 tips you need to know to get your home sold fast for top dollar. Facebook, appreciate you guys listening in. YouTube, Periscope. Sorry, tongue-tied here on this Saturday morning, but I hope you're doing well. Make sure you share this post and stream it with your friends. You know anybody that's thinking about buying or selling? We can be of any help to you guys. We definitely want to be your trusted source. Our office number 693-SOLD. Visit us at ryancoleman.org. If you're looking for a home, make sure you check out our website. We've got a lot of brand new listings that we listed this week. Some great ones in North Knoxville, West Knoxville. Got some in Sevierville that are really, really nice. Loudon. If you're thinking about building, we've got a lot of lots that have come on the market, really nice lots that you didn't see a couple years ago. Be perfect for some spec homes or a custom owner build. So keep that in mind. Appreciate you guys listening to us.
There's an algorithm that gives you what you want and what you like. See, the Bible says like. That means if you're a capitalist, I'm going to give you more of what you like, less of what you don't like. That's capitalism. Talk Radio 92.3 and 760.
Mike Bradley here from the Knoxville Safe House, where we have the largest safe inventory in East Tennessee. brands such as Browning Pro Series, Fort Knox, Incas, Champion, and Gardall safes, to name a few. When you need to secure your guns or create peace of mind and secure your valuables, come see us at the Knoxville Safe House and let the safe experts help you choose the brand that best suits your needs. Visit our showroom in Alcoa or visit our website, knoxvillesafehouse.com. Call us at 983-9100. Remember, you need a safe, just phone.
Thank you guys for coming back to Real Estate with Ryan. And we were talking on the other side of the break what those tips you need to do to maximize your home's value and get your home sold this spring.
That's right. We were talking about deciding on a realtor, and that's number 7. You want to make sure that you decide on a great agent to help you through the process.
So you need a great agent. Why is it important to get a great agent? A lot of customers we met with the other day, hey, well, I could do it myself. Sure you can. No question. No question. The question, remember, whether you're going to sell it yourself or we bring an agent involved, what's important, remember, is to maximize the most money for your home. Mm-hmm. How are we going to do that? Are we going to do a wholesale approach where we're looking on one lead source like our favorite friend Zillow or Craigslist or something like that? Is that where the buyers are at? Maybe. Or the buyers of multiple streams, or do they come from a variety of different ways? Mm-hmm. Keep that in mind, that there's a reason that 99% of people that are going to list their home use the services of an agent. There's a reason. There's got to be some value to it. Mm-hmm. There's got to be that we're going to be able to bring more buyers in less time and net more money. All the studies show that. So keep that in mind. And then when do you pick an agent? How do you actually turn an agent and choose one? And there's so many out there now with the market. We've just had an increase. Mm-hmm. And keep in mind, you want to look at track record, performance. And obviously that's why we have this show every week. 92.3, you can 3 FM, AM 760, talk radio. And we just try to bring it to you live every week. We're never perfect, but we try to interview the job for the week every week for you, and then understand what we're giving you the latest information here in the real estate market, stats, what you need to know. And we feel like that's an interview every week. Kind of hard to produce every week, but keep that in mind. But I think first and foremost, if you're going to hire an agent, make sure you hire one that has a track record and the experience, and it's going to market your property so that your property can be found not only locally, but out of state of well. So we're capitalizing on that. Exactly.
And then, since we're going to run out of time, we'll go through these quickly. But number 8, ensure you have room to negotiate. So, with how much you owe on the house versus commission you're going to pay and, taxes, all that good stuff. Number 9, appearances do matter. And so, if you don't think that, buyers don't see, hear, feel, and smell your home, then they do. And so just make sure that it's warm and inviting. And you can also ask for honest opinion of others and see what they think.
And, it's important if you got pets or things like that, it happens. Just make sure you're mindful of that and work on that. And we'll do our best to get it shown quickly and off the market and pin it and limit those showings for you.
Yep. And number 11 is get it spick and span. So clean and kind of fix everything up.
I always recommend a deep cleaning. Get behind the...
And check during negotiations, because it's really easy to get caught up and just kind of be mad at each other without ever talking to each other because of, the price and inspections and all this stuff.
Now I'm going to stop the brakes on that one. Listen, I deal with this all the time. They take it personal, whether you have 2 or 3 offers. Understand first time that your first offer may be your best offer. Mm-hmm. And especially if we had repeat offers the same time. We've got to go back to the beginning. What's important in selling? Why are we selling? Mm-hmm. And so when you have 2 offers that are at a similar price, we know you want another $20,000 or $30,000. I get that. But the market's not willing to pay that. We've got to go back to our motivation. Are we committed to moving? Are we financially able to do that if we get another $15,000 or $20,000? And if so, we really need to think hard about that. Right. We just did 3 deals this weekend, actually yesterday, that all of them took 4 or 5 different conversations on this price.
Several.
And multiple offers on that scenario. So remember, guys, it sometimes doesn't happen the first time. It takes some time to sleep on it, to think about it. But make sure that we understand that sometimes before that offer is declined or we reject it, we really give it every opportunity, because the challenge is there may not be another offer for a while. So keep that in mind.
And remember to keep that motivation in mind too. What's your motivation? And are you willing to come down on the price to get it sold, or you just want to wait it out? Like, what is your motivation about that? And then learn why your buyer is motivated. See, you know, the negotiation process, and use that to your advantage. What the buyer can really pay. So that goes back, of course, with negotiations.
It's so important on that, April, that if they got a home to sell, they just closed, they're going to be homeless or they're going to rent something.
Right.
So understanding the negotiating process, that what those reasons are will help you determine how to counter or things we need to do in the offer to make it a win-win.
Right, and that goes back to making sure you have the right agent with those negotiation skills that can find out this information for you, find out what the buyer can really pay, when the buyer would like to close, what is the motivation for the buyer, and just helping you with those emotions during everything. So that goes all the way down to 19. Number 20, never sign a deal on your next home until you sell your current home.
Well, as you guys know, we have a program where if it doesn't sell, we'll buy it. We guarantee. It's always our insurance policy, and it's something that we offer only our specific clients with specific conditions. But you make sure you're not stuck owning two homes.
Right.
Biggest thing. And how do you do that? You do it a combination of one, you have a contract before you make another offer on another one, or number two, you use our guaranteed sale program. One of the two. Make sure if you're purchasing another one, you have that contingency in the contract so that you're not stuck owning two homes or maybe no home at all.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
not good.
Good one.
Moving out before you sell can put you at a disadvantage. That's number 21. Deadlines can create a serious disadvantage.
Let's go back to the moving out before you actually close on the property. Multiple scenarios, something's fallen through on the inspection, you've got an empty house, you close on your other one, or you let somebody move in prior. We really try to work away from people moving in early on any kind of situation. The challenge with it is everybody has the best of intentions, but you never know, unfortunately, you get that wrong buyer in your home, and before you know it, we're scheduled to close, you've got a closing that you're set for, and then they're going through the house, and Murphy always comes up, right? The HVAC comes through, something's there, we need to get this fixed before we close.
Right.
Well, now you're held over a barrel. What do? Your house is already closing. The buyer's in the house. You can't get them out in any particular time frame. So important to understand that, and understand that if we can do pre-occupancy, unless it's the last option,
Exactly.
to try to steer away from that.
Exactly. And then I think we've had situations come up where if it is vacant, they let the buyers move this stuff like in the garage. That's an option. 22,
deadlines create a disadvantage. Just make sure that you got your agent taking care of the deadlines. And then low ball offers, don't take it personally. It's just business, guys. Understand that the buyer's not trying to hurt your feelings. But if you're getting low ball offers, we need to look at that.
Yes, and number 24 is turn that low offer around.
And you need a great agent to negotiate that. You guys are listening to Real Estate with Ryan. Always goes quicker than we expect. Every Saturday, 92.3 FM, AM 760. We're streaming on multiple channels today. We appreciate everybody watching us. Facebook, Periscope, YouTube. Thank you for following us. If you need us at the office, any help we can be next week, 693-SOLD, 693-SOLD. You can visit me at ryancoleman.org. As always, I hope you guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you right here next week.
Thanks for listening.
You've been listening to Real Estate with Ryan on Talk Radio 92.3 and AM 760 with Ryan Coleman of Hometown Realty. Find Ryan on Facebook at Ryan Coleman Group or online at ryancoleman.org. To contact Ryan by phone, call 865-693-7653. Join us again next week for Real Estate with Ryan on Talk Radio 92.3 and AM 760. Talk you can trust. Talk Radio 92.3.
Hey guys, thanks for all you guys watch us on social media, Facebook, YouTube, Periscope. Appreciate you joining us. Hope you enjoyed the topic. As it's real estate related, we understand that the market is heating up and homes are going on the market. We're as busy as we've ever seen. So I want to give you some information that's going to help you if you're thinking about selling here in the spring market, some tips that you need to do. If you guys ever need a home evaluation, go to my page, ryancoleman.org. keeps you up to date with the market, and we'll send that out to you free, no obligation, whether you decide to list or not. We're going to have that there for you. Hope you've enjoyed the topic. You may see this posted on our social media pages after. Feel free to comment, give us some feedback. If you know anybody that's thinking about buying or selling, we'd love to be the agent of choice. We work hard. If you don't know it, April and I are here every Saturday. We're on 2 stations, 92.3 FM, and then we're also on talk radio at 5 o'clock. So if you don't catch us here, you can catch us on the other station. We're trying to work really, really hard for you. This is what we do, our real estate business. This is what we do for you. We're not about big companies. We're not about big names. We're about hard work. And we're about exposure and working for you. We understand that we can't do all this without you. And so we need great clients, and that's how we work hard. That's what Hometown Realty is about. It's about home, family, and values, and helping give back and understanding that working with you is going to affect our generation on down the line and help with our referrals. I hope you've enjoyed it. Comment below. Make sure you share our page. And as always, we hope to see you next week right here live in the studio, 11 o'clock on 92.3 FM, AM 760. We'll see you guys.
Thank you.